Okay, today we are planting early golden summer crookneck from Baker Farms, heirloom seeds. Anyways, I wanted to show you a little bit about my greenhouse and what I got going on in here. I'm going to plant these seeds right now, and I'll show you kind of the process I go through whenever I plant seeds. I actually use water out of my aquaponics system to water all my plants with. I actually have a little valve down here. It's kind of an interesting little setup, but it works great for this little greenhouse. And my aquaponics is very basic. I have the sump down here with my koi in this pond down here. In fact, I'll show you my koi. They'll come out. As soon as I give them a little food, they actually know my voice pretty well. Here, guys. They usually come right out. In fact, you'll see them. If I say, "Come here, guys," you'll see them start looking out from underneath. Here, guys. Come on, guys. Where you at? They're being shy. They know they're on camera. Anyways, here they come. There's my koi. Now, I've been in the fish business for 30 years. I have had every type of tropical fish you can imagine. Anything I could ever get my hands on, because that's what the hobby's about. Anything new and pretty and beautiful. Anyways, I got these koi, and I've had koi in my store many times, but I never really thought of them much as pets. They're just like all the other fish. They're pretty. Oops. They're pretty personable. They got to know my voice right away. And as soon as I come in here in the morning and I go, "Good morning," they come right out. Anyways, this is how I water everything. I just have it hooked up to the pump. I shut off one of the valves, as you saw over there. And then I just water my plants. And this is fish water. It's very high nutrient water. My aquaponics just loves it. As you can see, this is my bed. I have a little bell siphon over here. That's my bell siphon that drains it up and down inside the sump. Sucks the water up and down, just constantly is going up and down, raising up and down in this. This is a 7-inch deep bed. 7-8 inches deep. And then it goes on, the water comes in over here. I'm actually going to put it to where it's coming in a bunch of places here pretty quick. But as you can see, it's coming in right there, and because it's high on the bell system right now, you can actually see the water. But here very shortly, it'll start to suck all that water down. So anyway, so then I'll take so where I'm going to plant these guys, I got all these little flats. These are little 4-inch containers. But you can kind of see how easy it is. And that's how I water it, just like that. And then I just go shut it off, and then the water recirculates back into the pond. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. And that's how I water everything. Look at the sunflowers that we planted. Look how big they've gotten. Look at, they still have sunflower seeds, shells stuck on them. Isn't that amazing? They held on to that thing forever, and they finally just popped it off. So it makes them really strong, actually. You don't want to take the seed off of them. So, some of them like that. Very interesting. I've never planted sunflowers before. This is my first year. I've always admired them in everybody else's yard, but never really, gave it much thought to plant them for myself. And the thing that's funny is I love sunflower seeds. They're great. And what better way to get them is to make them yourself and, watch it grow. Anyway, so you can kind of see I'm watering my tomatoes right now. I'm going to water my tomatillos. This is great. It's so simple. Makes it easy. I just come in here and water, and I'm not using any chlorinated water or nothing. I'm using only water from my fish. Very high nutrient rich, dense water. Nutrient rich. You can see here's our little flower pots that we planted the lettuce in. This is all lettuce. These are going to be lettuce pots. You can see that's the lettuce we planted. I don't know what's up with these ones. We planted this one and this one and nothing came up in them. I'm wondering if we just missed them. And that's happened before. When you get 5 or 6 containers going and it's like you think you put something in it and you didn't. But anyways, this whole thing with wanting to plant 100 plants in 100 days was much for my own curiosity more than anything, is to see what I would have in my yard after 100 days. Oops. So anyways, that's how I water my plants. So we're going to plant some, and then you can see here, and I just switched this valve here. So now it goes back into the water. So there's a hose on the other end of this right here that just circulates it back in. So there's always water circulating around and around and around in here. And then it gets pumped up through this into the aquaponics system. That's your valve to control it with. Eventually there'll be a bunch of other components on here. I'm going to do an airlift system. I'm going to set it over here, and it's going to actually supposedly supposed to be able to remove solids out of the system. And instead of the water going here first, it'll go over there first, and then it'll dump off into the rest of the tub. It'll go from here, and then a pipe will actually end up going along the back there, and it'll have some type of a solid remover. Alright, so let's plant some crookneck. Where did I put them crooknecks at? Now, crooknecks. Just a little bit of info on crooknecks. I rarely plant more than one seed of a crookneck. Almost all the squashes I have found over the years, 9 times out of 10, when I plant squash, they all pop. Every single one of them. Now, I'll plant a couple extra just for extra measures, so that if I plant like 9 cells and I want 9, I might. And I don't know if you know anything, about much about seeds, but whenever you're planting a seed, they usually always have 2 sides to them. See the little you see the little nipple part on the bottom, or the tip of it, whatever it's called. You want to plant that down. That's where the root's going to come out of. The leaves are going to come out of the round part. See how it kind of almost looks like a petal? Well, the bottom of the petal is where the little pointy part's at. So with squash, I take it and I put them by the petal, and I actually stuff them in the ground just like that. Just like this. See how I got that seed in the ground? And then I stuff it down in the ground. Always squashes, I do them at least a ½ inch to an inch. And that's it. So anyways, day 22 of 100 days of planting. Planted early summer crookneck squash. Crookneck squash grows so fast I don't even worry about planting. I'll have in the ground, I bet you these will be popped within 3 days or less. Oh, 3 days to 5 days, I mean less. I wish. So anyways, see you next time. 78 days to go.